Hey guys, today I'll be showing you a DIY zero tolerance router table fence. The reasoning behind this is because this is a basic router table. You can adjust these fences, they're two separate ones, depending on the router bit. So if it's wider, you can separate this. If it's smaller, obviously you can close it. But you have this huge gap here. So when you're running pieces, usually you shouldn't run into this problem, but you can hit this piece. If you're doing end cuts, then the piece is long this way. So even though you can use something like this, it's very small. So when you hit here, it can wobble a little bit. So you want to create a zero tolerance fence so it doesn't wobble and get into here and whatnot. So I'll be showing you how to convert this basic router table into a zero tolerance fence. So let's begin. First, in order to do that, we'll have to actually take off these separate fences right here. Take it apart. This is about 3/8 of an inch. I'll be using a 1/2 inch because I'm just using scrap for every router bit I have. I use a scrap piece, and sometimes they're thicker than others, but this one I'll be using 1/2 inch. So take that one off. Just unscrew this here, back here. It's just a wing nut. All right, take that one off. See, two of them separate. Get rid of them. Some sawdust trapped in there. All right, so I'll be using this piece of wood right here. This is 1/2 inch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lean this up against the mounting bracket. Draw some holes here where the mounts are. All right, like that. We got some markings. Now we're gonna drill some holes to fit the bolts that it came with. And we're actually gonna have to inset these bolts so that way when you're running your wood across here, it actually won't hit that bolt, because if not, it'll be sticking out. So let me use a spade bit, countersink it some, and then we'll drill all the way through. All right, so I'll be countersinking these just a little bit to fit the head of the bolt in. So let me countersink them real quick. All right. Now it's countersinked. All right, now we've got I countersinked them with a 5/8 inch because that's what the size of the head was. So now I gotta drill all the way through. All right, looks like it'll be a 1/4 inch, so let's drill all the way through that. All right. There's that. Now we can put our bolts in. All right. By the way, I should have mentioned I use plywood because it's actually stronger. So when I'm countersinking 1/2 inch plywood, it'll hold better. If you use regular wood, it might rip through. Plus, plywood tends to be straighter. So let's put this in. I'm just putting the wing nuts back on. All right, make sure it's on all the way down, tying everything. All right, make sure that when you put it together, everything's, you know, straight and none of the bolts hit, which is pretty good right now. Okay, next we'll have to slide this fence back away from the router bit. Make sure it's not too loose because when you go to slide it into the router bit, we don't want it to wobble everywhere. All right, that's done. All right, next I'll have to raise the router bit. All right, now that I adjusted the height, now I can turn on the router and push the fence into the bit, and it'll cut out a, actually this is a 45-degree angle router bit, so it'll cut out basically a 45-degree angle on each side, and it'll be a zero tolerance fence. So let's begin. All right, this bit obviously don't have too much decoration on it, or decorative. Not decorations, because I don't know who can decorate these little bits. But anyways, but that's what all it requires. If it was a bigger one, it'd be obviously a better design on it or whatever. But that's all it is. So now, when you put it wherever you want it, so I'm gonna put it right about the center of the bit. Let's see, kind of dirty. All right, let's see. Yeah, right about there in the center. Let's see, let's check. I can go a hair bit more. Okay, once it's in the center, then you just tighten your fence down. Make sure it's really good because you don't want that to be wobbling. All right, everything seems to be tight. So let's see here. All right, let's test it one more time. All right, everything seems to be good. All right, let's run some pieces through here and test it out. All right, so I'm gonna run some test piece through and show you guys how it works. Alright, there it is. 45-degree angle. And yes, I can cut this on a table saw at 45-degree angle, but this is just a test piece. Actually, if I raise it, it'll actually cut a 45 and then up a little bit, but there you go. Now, really good thing about this is when you do that and you run it on the side in, then it will be no zero tolerance, so it won't get stuck in there. So let's try that. It. 45-degree corner, easy as that. All right guys, thanks for watching this video. Please hit that subscribe button. If you can, please share my videos so I can get more subscribers, then I can do more videos. And also don't forget to hit that like button if you like this video. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye.